I want to talk a little bit about some of the common mistakes or missteps that you've either done yourself or you've seen other people do when it comes to implementing social learning within their learning and development programs. So, Rory, would love to have you kick this one off.
Yeah, I would say the biggest mistake that I've made or that, people that I know in the industry is not having adequate leadership buy-in around that culture of learning within the organization. An example of this is our learning management system at Komodo, Edison, has a phenomenal feature. Like I said, they're big on this whole thing with like collaborative learning. So every e-learning course, whatever it is that we put into our learning management system, has a forum in it. And when we went and we acquired the system, we're thinking people are going to have conversations. They're going to ask questions. They're going to do all this stuff while they're taking a course in line. So I'm watching a video and I can ask a question to the instructor. It's amazing, right? We completely overestimated people's level of wanting to do that, right? I'm busy. I have a million things that I need to do in my day. I'm taking this course. I'm going to this live training session. This is it. Like, this is all you're getting from me because I got a list of to-do things that is a mile long. And so if you don't have leadership buy-in from the get-go, where your executive team is going to communicate down or leaders are going to communicate down, this is important. We want you guys to be engaged. This is going to help you grow within the company. It's going to help the company reach its goals. Then you're just kind of throwing stuff out there, hoping it sticks, and it almost never will, right? Like, that buy-in is imperative to any successful learning product, culture, program, training, podcast, whatever it is. Otherwise, people don't have any sort of with them. They don't know why they need to do it. They don't know how it's going to help them.
Yeah. No, I think that's absolutely important point. Buy-in, not only for the sake of communication, but at the bare minimum, you need buy-in to actually end up doing these programs and taking these initiatives as well too. Nathan, any thoughts from you on this question before we move on?
Yeah, definitely. I think my advice would be know your learner. And what I mean by that is I'll tell you a quick story. So within Together, mentorship platform that matches mentors and mentees, you can customize what are the rules between which mentees get matched with which mentors within an organization. And as we developed that matching algorithm, what we learned is that every customer used it completely differently depending on their organization. So we had one global organization where the seniority levels within the company are very well defined. Everybody walks around knowing I'm a P5, I'm a P4, I'm a G2. And so making sure that the seniority gap was the correct one between mentees and mentors is very important. If you match somebody with a mentor that's the wrong level, they're just not going to find that an interesting mentor. And that's just one example. Every organization has, different nuances. But I think if you're the learning and development team, you got to talk to the learner. You got to interview them, talk about what's useful to them. Why was that helpful or why was that not helpful? And then adjust over time. And that might be, I would rather have a group recurring session rather than a one-off lunch and learn, then adapt to it that way. But I think making sure that you talk to the learner, and that's kind of what we do when we're trying to design software, is we're always talking to the learner, is critical for making sure that you're a success.
Spot on. There's, a lot of parallels between creating programs and really about creating anything is that it's meant to be used by somebody for a specific outcome. And so if you don't know who you're making it for, you don't know what their needs are, you don't know what the problems that exist that they're trying to solve, it's ultimately going to fall possibly flat or even worse, it's going to do damage.